What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, and I got a special one for you guys today. Today is December 9th, so tomorrow is December 10th. I'm just kidding. I mean, obviously it is December 10th tomorrow, but that means that it is Florida State Gravel Championships tomorrow. So I want to do something a little bit different with this one. I want to take you guys along for what my Saturday looks like. So today, now I'm going to get out for a little bit of a shakeout ride. You see how the legs feel. Do a little bit of opener efforts. Nothing crazy, just some tempo efforts, just to see how the legs are feeling. And then I'm going to take you guys along for sort of my nutrition today, the carb load, everything I'm going to be eating today. Sort of like a day in the life kind of video. If you watch that from other YouTubers, that's sort of what we're doing today. And then tomorrow is going to be the actual race. Now that's all going to be in one video. Hopefully I'm not going to make two separate videos or anything like that. But so I got up this morning. I helped Felicia get her dirt bike on the truck. She went out to meet some of her girlfriends to a new motocross track that just opened here in Southwest Florida, which I'm very jealous about. I'm not gonna lie, the track looks amazing. I really wanted to go ride it as well, but I know I have the big race tomorrow, so I need to get everything ready today with dial in my nutrition, everything that I'm gonna take tomorrow. Do a perfect carb load today, which we'll go over on the video. And then after that, I had some breakfast, got the bike ready, air up the tires, packed up a little bit, and then now I'm gonna get out for a little bit of a shakeout ride. It is 8:37 right now, so still a great time before it gets too hot. And then I'm gonna go get that done, and then I'll when I get back, I'll talk to you guys again, and then we'll go over, like I said, my carb load and everything that I'm going to be doing today to get ready for tomorrow. Because as most of you know, when you have a big race, the actual day doesn't just start tomorrow when the race starts at whatever time that is. The actual race and race weekend starts the day before, when you have to carb load and get all your stuff ready, make sure your nutrition's dialed and all that stuff. So guys, let me get out. I'm gonna do a little bit of opener efforts, and I'll catch you guys after. I'll let you guys know how the legs felt and all that good stuff. But see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so it's been a few hours since the ride. I put it here on the screen. It was just under 2 hours. Perfect. That's just what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be out there for too long. The idea behind today's rides was sort of just to get the legs moving, do a few like opener efforts just to see how the legs felt. And so my idea was to do 4 efforts and then kind of increase the power as I went. So I did the first one. The first 10-minute effort was 265 watts or so just low tempo. The second one I did just under 280 watts, and the third one, of course, I knew I was on a segment where there was a KOM that I didn't have yet, so I decided to go for it. And let's just say that was not a tempo anymore. The KOM was 5 minutes. I ended up doing 330 watts, which was already into threshold, but it was fine. For the rest of it, I sort of brought it down a little bit and ended up doing that effort at 320 watts. A lot more than I wanted to, but that's all right. So because of that, because I felt so good, I decided to just chalk the 4th effort and just stick to those 3. Now, a little bit after, I found Tony and Eric out there. They were riding the mountain bike, so I rode with them a little bit, and then I rode back home the last like 25 to 30 minutes at zone 2, which was about 230 watts or so. Let's get into what I mean when I say carb load. I'm sure a lot of you already know what a carb load is, but I'm just gonna explain it in my words and the way I do it. It doesn't mean this is the correct way to do it, and I'm not telling you how to do it. This is just how I do it, right? So for me, if it's a 1-day race like tomorrow, I try to eat between 7 and 10 grams of carb per kilogram of body weight, which for me, I'm 72.5 kilograms. So I try to get between that 7 and 10. If I'm closer to the 7, that's absolutely fine. It's a 1-day race. The race, I'm estimating, will be about 2.5 hours. So being at that 7 gram, absolutely perfect. Now, if I'm doing like a stage race, or maybe like a 3-day race, or a couple of races back to back the same day, or a really long race, then I'll try to get closer to that 10 grams instead. But for tomorrow, I'll be fine if I'm anywhere between 7 grams, and for me that's about 550 to like 700. So if I'm anywhere between 5 and 700, I'll be happy. I think right now I'm like around 300, so I'm not that far off. And it's only 2 o'clock, so I still got some time. And things that you want to pay attention to when you're doing a carb load is stay away from fiber and then stay away from fat. And the only thing I track is just the carbs I eat. I don't track calories anymore. I don't track the protein I eat. And I just try to stay away from fat, and I just try to stay away from fiber. Now, why do you want to stay away from fiber? Fiber is what makes you go to the bathroom. And fiber, don't get me wrong, fiber is healthy. You need to eat fiber. But the day before a race and in a carb load, you don't really want to eat fiber. First of all, because like I said, that's what you use to go to the bathroom. That makes you go to the bathroom. And then second, you want to stay away from fat, because fat and fiber both slow the digestion of carbohydrates, and that's not what we want. We want to make sure the carbs that we're eating, we want to make sure our body processes them, and we get it into our glycogen stores in our muscles or our liver. Now, when I got home, the first thing I did was have a shake. I'll put it on the screen here so you guys can see. I love these shakes, and very easy to make. Just mix some milk and the shake, and just shake it, and it has a lot of things that we need, not just carbs, but I'm not gonna get into that. But if you want to look it up, you see it on the screen there. And guys, disclaimer, I am not sponsored, of course, obviously, by any of these products. These things that I'm using, take it with a grain of salt. I'm using them because I actually like them. Like none of these companies work with me or anything like that, so take that for what it is. I actually use them because I like them. So right after that, I had peanut butter sandwich, but I never use jelly. I just use honey instead, and then I put some banana on it. So I think in that whole meal there, right after the ride, I think I had about 130 grams of carbs, which was perfect. Right after that, I went outside before I shower, and I got the bike clean, because I'm a big fan of just showing up to races looking sharp. So I got the bike clean, and I know I'm gonna get a couple questions on the comments. If you're riding a Sparrow, you know that the max chainring size is 46. And if you watch my other video, the only thing different that I have done to the bike is that I went from the 40-tooth chainring that comes stock on the bike to a 48. And that took a lot of work. I'm not gonna get into it in this video, but I did put a 48. It is working absolutely perfect, and I think I even have space for a 50, but I'll leave that at that. If you guys want a little bit more info on that, I can make a whole separate video, because it was actually a little bit complicated, but yeah, I did it. I'm very happy with it. I love the look of the Aero chainring there. So now I'm back inside. I'm gonna get few games with the boys here and just keep eating. Now, as I'm here gaming, I'll probably end up eating this Martin 225 solid. I freaking love these things, guys. And then I'll have this little fruity snack here. So between these two, there's about like 65 grams of carbs. There's 40 here and probably like 25 here or so. So that's pretty much the game for the rest of the day. Just chill, stay hydrated, keep eating carbs. Good morning, boys. It is the day. It is race day. I just had breakfast. It's 4:50. I'm about to head up to Eric's house. It's so freaking early, man. But I'm excited, man. Hopefully we can have a good race. And I'll just catch you guys once we get to the venue. It's gonna be pretty dark, so I'm not gonna be able to record much right now. So I'm gonna head out, meet Eric, and then I'll catch you guys once we get over there. Alrighty, boys. It's almost go time. Me and Eric are about to go warm up. I go at 7:37 now, so I got about 30 minutes. Bike's looking nice. Ready? See how we feel. All right, guys, it is race time. Florida State Gravel Championships. And if you watch my previous gravel video, race, you'll know that I was getting ready for this race right here. So let's go over the stats real quick. Race was 60 miles, 2 hours and 43, 22 miles an hour, 250 watts, and almost 3,000 calories. So easy to say that the race was super hard, but it was a lot of fun, and there was a lot of hitters, as you'll see here in a little bit. But right now we're about 15-20 minutes into the race, and we've been going full gas, guys. The race start, I was not expecting it to be this hard. At this point, it's only 4 of us off the front right now. So the race was super hard right off the bat. It reminded me of those mountain bike races I've been doing lately. Like, they just took off. I'm pretty sure I had to do like 400 watts or more for like a minute and a half just to get back on the wheel, because it looked like I was getting dropped. So unfortunately I did not record that, because like I said, I was not expecting the race to start that way. Now the race, the way that these races are worked, so we'll go into 1 minute interval. So we were the first to start, and then every minute there will be the other different categories. So you'll remember this guy right here on the City Bikes kit, because he ended up winning the other race. So I definitely had him marked as soon as I saw him on the list. And then I got Dill with me. He's not he's doing his first gravel race. This is his first gravel race, but he's a super strong crit racer. He's a Cat 2, I'm pretty sure. So at this point, the rider that you saw in the beginning with the black kid in front of me, he's already dropped. That's how hard we've been going. So right now it's only 3 of us, and as I mentioned, every category will go 1 minute behind. So we knew there was no way we were gonna stay away for this for the entire like 3-hour race. So I mean, we're still going pretty hard to stay away from the group. And if we do get caught, it'll be sort of a selected group, maybe 10-15 riders, something a little bit smaller than getting caught by a whole pack, because then that'll make the race a lot harder, because you'll have to focus on where these guys are, which are the one in your category. So right now we're going through this, and Dale puts in a little bit of an attack here, and I get on his wheel. Like I said, the race had been so hard, and these guys are already attacking like this is a road race or a crit race or something. Like at this point in my head, I'm just thinking, I know we're gonna get caught. So I'm still trying to keep a little bit of energy in reserve, because I know when we get caught, those guys are gonna pretty much go hard as they can to sort of drop us. And then right here on this road, at the end, we'll get to a fish camp, and you'll see that we'll have to dismount our bike and run our bike through it. Now that definitely affected a little bit of the actual like raw power. I don't remember what the normalized was, but I did not stop my computer or anything like that. I didn't even think about that during the race. But the reason for that was that last year, I believe during this same race, everybody was riding through, and at the end there's a gate that you have to get off your bike anyways. But people were riding through it so fast that they ended up hitting one of the owner's chicken, and they ended up killing the chicken. So the owner got pretty mad about it, and this race wasn't able to happen for a bit. And I guess I came to some sort of an agreement that everybody just had to dismount the bike before going through the fish camp. And there was people there watching you to make sure you actually dismount your bike at the cones so they have marked, and run the bike through, and not getting on the bike onto the other side of the fence, or you end up getting disqualified. So now the guy that won the race before, he's on my wheel right now, and I actually learned a lot racing these guys. This guy is so smart. Aside from being really strong, he's also very smart. So before this road, which I didn't record, but there was actually a gate that you could ride through, but he actually got there first. And this is his sort of his race tactics. And you see we're getting to the cones here, and there's a guy right there we have to dismount and sort of run it through. So this guy is so smart. So he's right here to my right. He made it to the gate first, and then as soon as he went through that little gap, he just pretty much attacked. Now he didn't go full gas to drop us, but what he's doing is, and I caught on to that right away, what he's doing is he's sort of putting a gap, so we have to waste energy chasing him. Now with that in mind, my idea here was to do the same thing, and I was actually putting a gap on them. You can't really see because my camera is facing forward, but my idea was to sort of sprint at the end and get through the gate first and do the same thing that he did to us, because on the previous race that he actually won, I ended up finishing 4th, and I dropped my bike right here. Freaking terrible. I was holding the bike on the stem. I guess my arm was pretty sweaty. My hand was pretty sweaty, and I ended up dropping the bike. But I once again kind of started sprinting back up to speed, and this sort of messed up my plan. I wanted to get to that gate first. You'll see a couple of chickens there running on the right. So my idea here was to get to the gate first, so I could do sort of what he did to us on the other gate, and he did that also throughout the other race. If you watch the other video, I talked about it as well. He's a very, very smart racer. Aside from being really strong, he's really smart. Now I did the bad thing here. I went behind Dill, and he actually here struggles to clip in a little bit, and then you can see the guy did the same exact thing again. He clipped in real fast, and then he just pretty much sprinted away, which, I mean, it's really smart from his side, and you can see Dill still sort of struggling to clip in, so I sort of just had to send it pretty much. And at this point, I'm not worried about getting dropped. I know, I mean, he probably could right away solo if he wanted to, but I don't think he was really trying to do that. I mean, we're only like 30 minutes into the race now. Obviously, we end up bringing him back. Me and Dill put a little bit of a dig together and end up bringing him back. It honestly didn't take much, because at this point he knows he's not gonna right away solo. He needs our help. So he did it, like I said, he's very, very smart. He did it just because he knew we were gonna sprint to catch him, so we were gonna put like that, waste that little bit of energy that he didn't have to do, because he'll just get up to speed quick, put a gap on us, and then just sort of sit at, I don't know, tempo or whatever pace that he wanted to, and then we will pretty much have to sprint up to him to get on his wheel again. But like I said, I wasn't worried about getting dropped, but it's just this like racer instinct, like you're just gonna go hard just to bring him back, regardless of whether you think he's going to attack or not. And like I said, we were pretty far still. We were only 30 minutes in, probably like 15 miles in, so we still had like 35 miles to go. I don't think he was going to attack us, but like I said before, I knew we were going to end up getting caught, so staying away was going to be very, very hard, because there's so many strong riders coming in. Right here, I'm doing my pool. I got all the riders in my wheel, so let's take a chance just to see the company that we're in, guys. It was an incredible group of strong riders. So first here on the right, we got this guy is a UCI pro from Argentina. I don't personally know him, but super strong dude. We got Dill, who's in my class. This guy right here was the one that beat me on the sprint on the previous race. We got Ruben Campagnoni from Miami Blazers, and the guy who won the previous race. Now this guy right here in front of me, I'm not sure who he is. I know he competes in, like, he's done unbounds and things like that, so also a strong rider. And then behind me, I still got two more riders. I got teammate Justin, which we'll get to see here in a little bit, and then behind him there's also Sebastian from American Cycling Group, I believe, another Crick team. Now here we're 30 miles in, we're going over the start finish line. Now the guy that you see in front of me is that UCI pro that I was talking about, super strong guy. Now right here, Justin has sent an attack. Right here we're about, I don't know, I would say 40 miles in or so. Now Justin has sent an attack off the front, and obviously I'm not going to chase him, although we're not in the same category. He's still my teammate. I don't want to chase him and bring anybody else back with him. And then I was luckily I was sitting behind Ruben Campagnoni here. If you don't know who this guy is, a freaking legend, super strong rider, races for the Miami Blazers. If you watch or you crit race, you'll know who Miami Blazers, and he is. So super strong guy. I was sitting on his wheel, and he was sort of, his body language was telling me that he was about to jump the gap once he got big enough, and that's 100% what he did. Now guys, I was so smart throughout this race with my efforts. I knew who I was surrounded by. I had so many strong riders, so I knew he was going to send an attack, and that's exactly what he did. And this was literally the only attack I did all race. I did not waste any energy. I was very smart throughout the race. Now I forgot to mention, so at this point, the guy who won the previous race and that UCI pro I was talking about, they're on the same team. They race for City Bikes. They actually got a gap, and nobody chased him down, and I was kind of on the back of the group. I didn't see them when they pulled away, and they actually ended up getting a gap. You can't even see them right now in front of us. So what ended up happening was his teammate, because like I said, he's from Argentina, he's not from Florida, he's not eligible to get the state championship jersey. Actually, you can see them on the front a little bit. He's not eligible for the state championship jersey. So what he did was he just pretty much just sent it and pulled his teammate away. And then you can see we're coming back into this fish camp area, and you'll see the UCI Pro. He's running right there in front of us. We will catch him before we get to the end here. And he ended up just sending it away and pull his teammate as far as he could, and then his teammate went away solo from there. And at that point, that's when I saw the attack from Ruben, and I got on his wheel and we worked together. We closed the gap to Justin, and then I wasn't worried about it because they weren't both on the same category, so Justin was still safe. Even if me and Ruben made it across, we're all in separate categories. So at this point, it was worst case scenario because the guys I'm with, none of them are in my category, but the guy that is off the front solo, it's in my category. So at this point, I'm running second place right now, and honestly, that's not why I came over for. You see the chickens right here, I almost hit one of them. That would have been pretty bad. So this is a picture right here on the screen of the three of us running, closing the gap to the UCI Pro that I mentioned. So at this point, it was worst case scenario, but at the same time, best case scenario because I have my teammate with me. And when we were running through the actual fish camp there, I told Justin, "Oh man, it must suck right now having road shoes and cleats," because that's what he was running. And yeah, I pretty much jinxed him because right here he wasn't able to clip into the pedals. I think he ended up smashing one of his cleats and he wasn't able to clip back in. And unfortunately, he got dropped from this front group that we were at. So at this, and then so I ended up working with Ruben and another guy, and I really don't know what ended up happening after that. This is Eric right here. I'm passing out like, come on, let's go. So I ended up getting dropped from them. I don't know if I don't remember exactly what happened. I think I hit a rock, I almost crashed, and at the same time they kind of sent an attack. So I spent like 30 minutes solo, just pretty much chasing them down, and I do end up catching them. Now the guy right here in front, with the Burgos BH kit, he was the one that beat me in the sprint last time. And if you remember that video, he's pretty much sat on my wheel for 10 miles, didn't give me a single pull, and then beat me in the sprint. So right here, he sort of moves over to the right. And I was like, nah, man, come on. You're not doing the same thing that you did to me on the previous race. So at this point, I'm like, oh, I got to beat this guy. I'm thinking he's in my category. But he actually turns around and tells me, no, I'm not in your category. I'm 30-35 and I'm 19-29. So at first I didn't believe him, but he seemed like he was pretty done. And I said, all right. So at this point, I know they're both in the same category, him and Ruben. So I know neither of them two are going to help me bring back the other guy. And honestly, we're about 5 miles or so to go. I don't think at this point I'm going to bring him back. But guys, this is a gravel race. You have to push all the way to the end, because what if the other guy gets a flat and he's, I don't know, 2 miles away from the finish and he starts, running or trying to fix the flat? I mean, I could definitely make up that time to the start finish and, still get first place, because none of these two guys are going to help me bring him back. They only care about them two. So right here, I pretty much come to the front, and at this point, like, I'm still feeling so good. Like, my legs are feeling incredible. The only thing that was bothering me, even when I was chasing these guys, it was back pain, and that's something that I really have to figure out, like, what's going on. And I know it's not just gravel, because you can see I was in the front for a while, and I know it's not just gravel because I get it on the road bike as well, on very long rides where I'm like doing staying on the power for a very long amount of time. So that's something I had to figure out. So I ended up dropping the guy that beat me on the sprint last time, the one on the Burgos BH kit. I ended up dropping him, and Ruben was just on my wheel the whole time. He never came through. I mean, I didn't ask him for a pull. So at this point, I'm like, oh, he's just gonna let me take second overall. But nope, he sends it right here on the left and sort of just sprints. I didn't even get out of the saddle. I honestly didn't care. I was kind of upset, guys. I'm not gonna lie that I only took second place on my age category. I didn't manage to take the championship jersey, but at the same time, I was in such a big group, such strong hitters, and still coming second, third overall over the line. I was pretty happy with my effort and how I felt. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Unfortunately, I was not able to take that jersey home, but we're gonna keep digging. We're gonna keep going for it now. little bit of news here. I did get picked already for the SBT gravel race, so I'm going to be doing that for sure next year. And then I'm waiting for the Leadville. Hopefully I get picked for both of those, and they're sort of 1 week apart. So definitely gonna have a lot of fun. Now guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like, subscribe. There's gonna be a lot more racing content coming in, and hopefully you guys learned a little bit from my carb load. And if you did, don't forget to smash that like button and leave a comment down below. See you guys. Peace.